Yes, sir. It's the 9 to 5 Sports Guys. It's your boy T.
What's happening with your man TJ?
What up, though? It's your boy Nam.
I want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in. I know it's been a little minute, but life happens, and we just gonna get straight into it. How you gentlemen doing?
Bless, bro.
Good, I'm good. I'm blessed, bro.
All right. Now, those that have been following the show, those that know me, those that have been following, uh, you know, my fandom for one Sam Darnold. He did something that nobody in his draft class, has done. You got the first overall pick in Baker. You got two MVPs in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And I don't even think Josh Rosen is in the league. And this is just quarterback wise because somebody else from that draft class has won a Super Bowl, which was Saquon Barkley. But Sam Darnold happened to lead his team as a quarterback to the Super Bowl. Not only did he lead his team to victory, and I know people are going to say the defense carried him and everything, but the defense definitely showed up in the Super Bowl. But people forget the game prior to that, Matt Stafford, had about 400 or 400 plus yards in that championship game. Sam Darnold had to go throw for throw with the MVP, Matthew Stafford, and Sam Darnold led his team to victory. I just want to tip my cap to Sam Darnold, the resilience of someone that people counted out. He started off with the Jets, made his way to Carolina. At that time, Carolina was poorly ran, just like the Jets. He went from Carolina to San Francisco, and that's where he really learned the game and learned the position. And after that, he went to Minnesota. Last year, Minnesota, phenomenal season. Nobody expected him to do well, but he did do well. And people were saying this because he had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and those guys. And then he goes to Seattle. Now, Seattle got rid of their two best receivers from the year prior and won 10 games. He happened to go there. They won 14 games and the Super Bowl. But I just want to say Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. And as a Jet fan, that's probably the closest thing I'm going to get to a Super Bowl at the moment. So I just want to tip my hat and say congratulations, Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks on winning the championship. You guys' thoughts, real quick.
Just congratulations to him. I mean, I ain't a Sam Donald fan per se, but I prefer Seattle to win that Super Bowl over the Patriots for obvious reasons. But I mean, congratulations to him, man. He's starting all over again. The only thing about that team won't be the same this go round because yeah, I think the running back, the dude that was the MVP or whatever.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be there, cap wise and things like that. So I don't know what's the buzz been going on about.
Yeah, man. It doesn't really do anything for me, but uh, I will say it's a copycat league, so I'm interested to see if other teams are gonna try to get, let's say, like a veteran journeyman, if you will, and then build a defense, and then say, okay, this is the route to a championship.
I think, although I do agree with you, Nam, it is a copycat league. I do think that it's different because even though Sam was a journeyman, each place he's been, from the Jets to Carolina to even Minnesota, he showed flashes, right? He showed flashes of brilliance, and just like any other quarterback, his highs were high, but his lows were real low. So I think more people, especially the media, and this is what one thing I hate about the media is that they concentrated. They concentrate more on the low from Sam Darnold than than what he's actually capable of doing. Now, granted, the picks, some of his picks are bad picks, but just with any gunslinger, you look at Brett Favre and those guys. That that's what separates good quarterbacks from greats, right? Tom Brady did a great job of not turning the ball over, but I'm not gonna say he didn't take that many chances, but guys like Sam Darnold can take those chances, because as a quarterback, sometimes you need to play quarterback instead of playing it safe all the time. You need to be able to make those throws, in order to win some of those games.
I'll say this though. The one thing I got from this is okay. So Sam Darnold was with the Jets and with the Panthers, but once he got with the 49ers, then from there going to Minnesota and then Seattle, he had a quarterback coach. He had an actual quarterback coach, just like Josh McDaniels is, was to Tom Brady in New England. And I think that's the recipe for success with every team out here that they probably need to implement with their quarterback. You need somebody that knows the position to train the position. You know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody being defensive minded, then become the head coach. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And that's why I said I think a lot of these coaches, a lot of them need to stay in their place, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take an opportunity away from nobody, but I'm saying is if your niche is defense,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you need to be coordinator for. Like that's where you belong. Like, can you see Josh Daniels doing something with the defense? I mean, we already seen it with the Raiders, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But as soon as he goes back to New England and get with Drake May, guess what? He makes him look good. So that's what I'm saying. I think, and I speak on my own team. Raheem Morris and them, they did Michael Penix bad. To train him. Nobody
Yeah.
can focus on just him. I mean, a true quarterback coach. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's lacking in this league, man. Everybody want to be a leader, man, but nobody just don't. They don't want to be right there where what they're good at. It's hard to lead a whole team versus leading 11 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a team would try to go after Mac Jones because Mac Jones is no different than Sam Darnold at this point.
Yeah, my team.
He he showed flashes.
Yeah, my
He's
team.
he's a journey. He's a travel journeyman. He's what New England, Jacksonville. He played consistently well when Purdy was out.
Oh, he played
Do you think
great.
somebody? Yeah, you think somebody will give him a chance similar to Sam Darnold and say, "Hey, let's put a defense around this guy and see and see how far we can go."
Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah. That's no. I was going to say, to Nam's point, Mac Jones has been, I listen to the radio, so the Jets have considered trying to get Mac Jones, um, but I don't think we have the infrastructure, like TJ said. We don't have the quarterback. We don't have the quarterback coach that can continue what he's been doing. And to your point, TJ, you look at Baker when Baker went from when he left Carolina and went to LA, he got to be under McVay for at least a half a season or whatever, and then he was able to go to Tampa, and from that the head coach from Tampa was able to parlay that into a head coaching job. So to your point, you need somebody in the building that can work with the quarterback and show him how to play the position.
Canales, Dave Canales helped Baker out tremendously in Tampa, and he helped revive Geno Smith in Seattle, and then we
Yeah,
see what he did with Bryce the past 2 years.
yeah.
So yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah,
Now
when the
you,
mom said, whoever who would take him, I said my team. The only reason I say that with the Falcons is because we releasing Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? And Penix ain't back from his knee injury yet. We need somebody, especially a veteran presence, not just somebody to throw in there, but a
Get Geno
veteran
Smith.
presence. Mac Jones would do real good. Mac Jones would do real good. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I mean Gino had that flash when he was in Seattle, but as with any quarterback, you got to put a team around him. He went to the Raiders, and all he had was a Hall of Fame coach. That's it. You can't. How many times he was going to throw the balls and treat him like McCaffrey? That's the only
Yeah,
offense on the team. He's gonna get injured. This is exactly what happened.
yeah, no, no, that's valid. That's valid. Um, but you like I said, being a Jet fan and watching. I don't think outside of New England fans. I mean, outside of anybody that just like just a casual fan or you have your team and you know like watching Sam Darnold's story, man, it's definitely inspiring, man. Because I watched the kid from when we first got him, and I'm upset that he won with a different team. But that just goes to show the dysfunction of the Jets, man. We had the dude in the building, and we're looking for a Sam Darnold type guy now because we're talking about getting Malik Willis, Mac Jones,
That's another guy.
Kyler Murray, and we had a guy that we're looking for in the building. So, shout out to Sam Darnold.
That's also another guy, just like Sam Darnold, just like Mac Jones. He was at the Titans. He looked like crap, right?
Yeah,
As soon as he get to Green Bay, he under Matt LaFleur. Guess what happened? Jordan Love gets hurt. He comes in, start winning games. I think he made it through for almost 500 yards one game.
yeah, yeah,
It's all about your staff, man. They go out here and they criticize these players, and when players don't perform, they get rid of coaches, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
to me, it's the same thing in reverse. Like how you can expect to get the full potential out of a player if you ain't got the right person to pull that potential out.
Listen, I know it's Sunday, but you're preaching right now. I'm picking up what you're putting down, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. It's been a minute, man. I've been holding it all in, dog. Don't make me get a drop a tear.
But nah, that's valid though. Now I got a question for both of y'all. What are your thoughts on Bill Belichick not being inducted to the Hall of Fame first ballot? Do y'all think he should have been first ballot Hall of Fame?
Really? So you got to answer that. I
I mean,
mean,
I gotta ask because
I
some
think he
people
might.
disagree.
Well, I mean, you got look. Regardless of what you think about Belichick and what problems he had in New England with Tom Brady and Robert Kraft, the man's resume speaks for itself. If you're gonna put the same guy in there that was throwing the ball with 6 rings, why you not gonna put the man that was at the head of the head of the group in the Hall of Fame too, first ballot? Tom Brady going first ballot, so why not put in Belichick?
You
That's
got
it.
you got
It's
former
valid.
Patriot players that were in that on part of that Super Bowl runs and Super Bowl teams that are in the Hall of Fame.
That's
I
what
was
I'm saying.
the coach of those guys, not first ballot.
And if you want to be real with it, man, the first 3 Super Bowls, Tom Brady didn't have crap to do with that. That was all defense. So what
You're
are we
right.
talking about here? What are we talking about here? Everybody come with emotions and feelings, man. You're all in your feelings when it comes to people, man. We talking about the game. That's it. I don't
Yeah,
care how you feel about it. We're talking about the game. Bill Belichick, coach. Josh Daniel, coach the offensive coordinator. Position up to par. I guarantee you, he'll probably. I don't know if he'll be in there, but some point he might get in there. Who knows? I ain't.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Bill Belichick should be in the first ballot Hall of Fame.
It's just the voters' way of sticking it to him, if you will. Pause, right? Because for years this guy has been what the the barrier between you and a championship. So if you get one opportunity to get him back, This is it.
You
this
can't
will
mention
this will be in history, just like the Super Bowls. He's not a first ballot.
you couldn't mention Tom Brady without Bill Belichick and vice versa. You couldn't mention neither one of them without mentioning the other. So
Yeah,
you tell me Tom Brady not going to be first ballot?
yeah. They're more than, and unlike Tom. Well, the Patriots in general got caught cheating, but Tom Brady himself got suspended for cheating. He
Yeah.
got
The
4 games.
year the year they won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, and that was the same year Jimmy G and Jacoby Brissett were discovered because those 4 games Tom Brady had to sit out. They
Oh
played.
no. What's the other dude? The other dude named when? Oh yeah, when he broke his ACL.
No,
Castle.
that was Matt Castle.
Castle.
Yeah, that was in '07. The Deflate Gate, that was later on in Jimmy G and Jacoby Brissett because Jimmy G started, I think, the first 2 or 3 games and got hurt, and then Brissett was the backup, and then he played well too, and
Yeah,
then they both parlayed.
they went 3-1.
3-1, yeah. In those 4 games, Tom Brady didn't play.
Yeah.
That's another situation that just proved my point right there with these quarterback coaches and offensive coordinators. Look at that. This dude had Brissett. He had Matt Castle. Matt Castle went 11-5 when the dude when
Tom
Brady
Brady, yeah,
broke his knee. You know what I'm saying? Garoppolo. All those guys were doing good. Testament to having the right person that knows how to handle the right player.
no, that's like I said, that's a fact. I think I think people. I mean, Nam said it best that they probably wanted to stick it to Bill Belichick and say, well, you'll get in, but you just won't be first ballot, which is stupid. That doesn't make any sense. It's
Again,
like my fault.
if
Go ahead.
if nah, if you're trying to put a blemish on in his stat line or his I guess his career, ultimately, that's the only way to do it, because he's done everything you could think of, right? Multiple Super Bowls, coordinator. He was very efficient at that. Um, he's top of the list on wins, top of the list on playoff wins, top of the list of a lot of things. So how do you get back at a guy who has essentially stopped you from everything you wanted to do? You know, the people on on these voting lists, they're not they're like former GMs and former coaches and things like that. So this is the only way to get back.
Yeah,
So that's it. He's not going to be first ballot, and they can control that. Let's do it.
Uh, true this is, but I heard they're gonna allow fan voting for that too, for Hall of Fame voting now.
Let me give my take on this. My take is it should be former Hall of Famers that vote. Like, people that are in the Hall of Fame should be the one that vote of who gets in. It shouldn't be Joe Smo who writes for whatever paper for your local network. We don't care about what you think. It needs to be a former person who knows what it takes to get in the Hall of Fame to vote these people in. That way you don't have these crazy bias, and then we're bringing in somebody from like 1935 that we don't even remember. Who is this guy? I don't know who he is.
yeah.
You know,
A lot of those guys should already have been in the Hall of Fame to begin with. You shouldn't be putting guys in that played in '89 into the Dog Hall of Fame in 2026.
Yeah.
remember there was a year where Terrell Owens didn't get in over, like, who was it, like Morton Anderson or some shit like that. Like, how is T.O. not in the Hall of Fame over half of these other people that they put in? You know what I'm saying? Like, things like
First
that is
ballot at
crazy.
that. First
Yeah.
ballot at that.
That whole Hall of Fame voting system is, we got to get rid of it to make it more credible. Because now it just looks terrible. it's an obvious, but we have to sit here and debate why it's an obvious. That's stupid. Stupid.
I mean, like I said, it's the thing I don't like about it is that sometimes it comes like a personal bias. So you're not even accounting the actual football now. Now you're accounting like your personal issue with
Feelings and
this guy.
yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that's nonsense.
Because ultimately they didn't want Bill and Robert Kraft to go first ballot.
Yeah, they deny him too.
Yeah. So basically they're saying, look, you guys are gonna get in, just not now. Eventually though. But what does it take to be a first ballot then? If Bill Belichick is not the criteria, what does it take to be first ballot? That's what I would like to know.
The only thing that could really like would tarnish your name or your legacy is that you don't get in. All right, so what you don't get in the first time or the second time? If you put me in the third time, guess what? The Hall of Fame status is still the same. So, I mean, the only thing that could be bad is if you never put them in.
It is, but and I forgot who said it. It's levels to the Hall of Fame. So being a first ballot Hall of Fame, that comes with a different status. That comes with a different status.
True, true.
So let me ask you.
Because
Let me ask you this: if Michael Jordan had to wait a year or two or three, you don't think people would be outraged?
I mean, you be talking about just like you're talking about it right now. You would.
Yeah, that first ballot is like what they say creme de la creme, the top of the line. Like you get first ballot, that means no matter who's on the ballot before you, as soon as you get on that ballot, you're in. So you
Only
jump over everybody before you.
only difference with that is though you talking about a player and a coach. That's two different things. You know? The coach didn't get out there and play; he just directed. So kind of hard for me to
Yeah,
sit there
but
and
you're talking about a coach that was a defensive coordinator on 2 Super Bowl championships with the Giants and won 6 championships being a head coach.
right.
So you're talking about 8 total championships that he was
Yeah,
a part of.
yeah. I ain't holding you because I mean he got the record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That we not talking about, like Nam said, Joe Schmo. We talking about
uh,
he
the
he
standard.
the standard basically.
He
Yeah,
is the standard, right?
and people don't, they like to. This is what I don't like about nowadays. They like to diminish because he didn't win any championships without Tom Brady. Tom Brady went to a ready-made situation in Tampa. And oh, by the way, he added pieces to that Tampa team. Tom Brady didn't take a 1-16 team to the Super Bowl. He took a team that was what 7-9 the year prior with Jameis Winston, who threw for 30 touchdowns or 30 picks, and he
But
had
who
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
was the
So
And they added Brown, Antonio
they
Brown.
added Brown and Gronk. Remember, they added Gronk halfway through the season. Not to mention that defense. That defense was lights out in the Super Bowl.
And you have a coach who understands winning in Bruce Arian, right? Was Bruce Arian that
Yes,
was
he was a
there?
coach at the time. Yeah, he was
Who
a coach.
came from Pittsburgh.
yeah,
He
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 So,
wa-
won.
he was under Mike Tomlin in one of their Super Bowl wins. So
But that
so
before,
that
before Brady got there though,
I hate to defend Bill Belichick because I'm a Jet fan, but when they try to use that narrative, like, oh, well, he didn't win, I'm like, yo, dog, you know how hard it is to win in the NFL?
well,
Like,
forget the Super Bowl, just the wins. The amount of
just the
wins that he's
wins. Yeah,
collected in 20 whatever years is
I mean,
a feat within itself.
yeah,
winning the same division for 2 decades is like good God.
yeah, yeah.
And
But
if he wasn't in the Super Bowl, he was in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. So
Do the math.
facts.
20 years.
So I think we all in agreement that he should have got in first ballot. We'll touch on that pause when the season start back up. Now, real quick, before we go into NBA, there were a lot of musical chairs going on with NFL head coaches. I think they said this is the largest turnaround since 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I think there were 8 to 10 different coaches that would change. Out of everybody on this panel, only one head coach was let go, Raheem Morris, and now you got Kevin Stefanski. What is your take on Kevin Stefanski and him coming to your team?
I ain't gonna. He wasn't my go-to at first. You know what I'm saying? I would have took Harbaugh. I would have took Clint Kubiak, but at the same time, I mean, he's got two Coach of the Year awards. But I mean, my whole thing is, and this is me personally. Like, what else did he have besides that? You know, like who have you built up? You know what I'm saying? Per se, to I don't know how to word it, but anyway, look, I give anybody a chance, man. He could have sucked over there and come over here, and we go to the Super Bowl, and I'm all for it because I'm hoping that's what we.
Hey yo.
I don't know what they was doing in Cleveland. I don't know what they was doing in Cleveland, but you
This is
know,
the first episode back, bro. Calm down.
yeah, I don't know what they was doing in Cleveland, but Atlanta is the worst place to say something like that. That's
Hey,
crazy.
look, no comment. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But look, all I'm saying is, if he can come over here, I mean, I think he has more pieces. There's no excuse for him not to be able to prove himself as a head coach now. That's seeing that he has more pieces now than he had over there in Cleveland.
Right.
So I have to wait and see to get my analysis on that to see what happens. Cause there'll be no excuses after this. Then you go and
I mean,
go ahead.
no. He's considered an offensive genius. You
Right,
guys have the weapons and the talent.
right.
How is he gonna put it together? But more importantly, who's your quarterback?
Well, that's my point. That's why I was saying about the Mac Jones thing. We need a veteran over there to get this first round pick that we got with the banged up knees. You know what I'm saying? We can't just get rid of him. You know what I mean? So we need a veteran presence to come in and for him to learn from and possibly fight for the job too. I mean, now is the time. We're letting too much talent go by. Bijan, Drake. There's too much talent going by not to be able to get in the playoffs, man. These guys don't know what it feels like. So
You wouldn't take a
hopefully,
flyer on Gino?
uh, I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out per se, but I don't know. It's just I need somebody, dog. I need somebody, man. I'm tired of the same bullshit every year. Tired of it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're making me want to switch teams, man.
Nah,
Eh,
don't do that.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
You
I'm
Only
just
I
saying,
get to switch teams and be a Seattle Seahawks fan to the end of the season.
Joe Namath until you die. So
Nah,
don't worry about it. But
nah, baby. Sam Darnold, baby.
speak on
do you trust
speak on.
what's his name? Matt Ryan in the front office?
I do because, like I said, he's a former quarterback. And not every quarterback goes in the front office and do good, but like John Elway, he went and got your boy Peyton Manning, and he got a ring out of it. Uh, just some players don't fit positions like head coaches and GMs and all this stuff. But I trust in Matt Ryan. He's pretty smart. They're already on the move, do things, man. So we had to get rid of Fontenot, man. I don't know what these guys be doing, man. But the thing with Stefanski, man, like I know you're gonna say something about it, so I go ahead and run right into it with Baker Mayfield, right? Because that's part of your my opinion on that. Here's my thing. I know Baker's like, yeah, I'm still waiting on a phone call from him, but my thing is, you should be mad at the front office. Front office makes the call. He didn't get rid of you. They got rid of you. You just mad because I ain't call you in the middle of the night to tell you I love you? Get out of here, man. Come on. Get over there.
I listen. I'm circling that Atlanta Buccaneers game. I'm circling that.
You should always circle it because before he got there, there was hatred. So it don't mean nothing. He just got into the fold. That's all.
What whatever Baker's over under, I'm choosing the over for that game.
He ain't scaring nobody. Definitely ain't scaring us. So he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you go out there and make a little threat to the coach as if you playing him. Come on, man. Go sit down.
I mean, look right now, Baker's the best quarterback in that division, though. Right now,
Says who?
I'm gonna get at the Bryce Young right now.
Says who?
Carolina made the playoffs. Bucks didn't. So that's
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Baker was an MVP candidate before he got hurt.
Hey, look, let me
Before he
tell you
hurt his
something.
shoulder.
Nobody remembers second place but third place. Get out of here. Nobody go ahead,
So
runner
hold
up.
on, wait. So what y'all saying, right? Is that the best quarterback in y'all division right now is Bryce Young? Is that what I'm hearing?
He made the playoffs. Had a home game. Everything. I mean, he is. I mean, if the Buccaneers had have made it, then yeah, that would have gave Baker Mayfield that same thing. If we had have made it, Michael Penix would have been the best, or Kirk Cousins, whoever the hell we keep throwing in there every doggone day, every week. They would have been the best quarterback.
Nah, Bijan Robinson would have been your best quarterback.
And he don't even throw the ball. That's crazy.
No, that's crazy. All right. I mean that's interesting, but Kevin Stefanski is a decent coach, so I ain't even gonna hold you.
That's what I'm
What he
saying.
what he was
He
what he was able to do with that Cleveland team,
yeah.
I don't know a lot of coaches that could have did that.
I mean, back to back coach of the years, man. It's like that's why I said I don't want to put too much on him because now he got a squad that he
Yeah.
has more pieces that he can work with that's defense and offense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to wait to do my analysis on him to see what he can do with actual talent now.
Okay.
Because you know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
Speaking of, before we go on to the next thing, I want to speak on James Pierce Jr. What the hell are you doing? You, dude, you just, man, my feelings are hurt, man. My feelings are hurt. I love this guy. He's young. He came in, produced the edge rusher. We ain't had a good edge rusher since Vic Beasley. And I hate to say that. Let me go back to John Abraham. Let me go a little further. Well, I'm just
now
saying.
for those that don't know, explain what happened.
He got in a situation with his WNBA ex girlfriend. I guess it's some domestic things allegedly, because ain't nothing been proven yet, but still, it's in the news, and he got arrested. Now he chasing her down in a Lamborghini, going 100 miles an hour, cops behind him. Then he resisting arrest, and I'm like, bro, first of all, man, you can't be a young colored man in this country trying to outrun the cops, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't be doing that stuff, man. And then you talking about a young athlete too. He did his thing
Hey
last
man.
season, and now he putting us back in the ice age again.
It's that snappy nappy dugout. It's that snappy nappy dugout. He was
The
going
forbidden
crazy
fruit.
over that snappy nappy dugout. I mean, you know, it's that
Yeah.
cable
Man,
box.
but this is a prime
The
example of
forbidden fruit. That's I don't. You know what I mean?
And
this is a
using your
But
prime.
car as a
if you
battering
chasing
ram.
after somebody in the Lambo at 100 miles an hour,
You talking about
I mean,
That was
no weapon
crash out
too.
on a Saturday morning.
Yo, you talking about over 100 some thousand dollar car, and you gonna run in the back of
yes,
somebody's
yeah.
car? That's crazy.
Hey man,
That's your.
we didn't seen a
Listen,
lot of
we
men crumble over that
Yeah.
Xbox.
And now all that work all that work you put into from high
We've
school to
seen
college,
wars
you got to throw
waged.
all that talent away, all that money away. Your
We've
whole
seen
career
wars
away
waged.
over some cat.
Helen of Troy, my man.
You'd
Helen
be
of
you'd be
Troy.
surprised.
They sent battleships to go get her back.
Because, hey, look, man, look, look, look,
All right? They sent battleships to get her back. Just listen, just
Nah,
don't crash out
you
like
ain't
that
never lie.
publicly, at least.
Sometimes it be like
That's
that.
that's that's a real bad way to go out.
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You a public guy, man. You got to know better, man. Look,
He's
they
a
got
rookie, right?
blogs and stuff over this before they even touch the football.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
New money.
Yeah,
New money.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
young in the game too.
That's
He's still
tough.
wet
that's what I'm
behind the
saying.
ears.
That's what I'm saying. Nigga, see how niggas,
It's new money.
Hopefully, you know what's crazy. Hopefully he gets
yeah,
he gets
man.
through
Dang,
this and gets another
he didn't even
opportunity
get
to
to the
play.
second
Fight
contract
Because
more.
yet.
we've seen, these type of domestic cases where, you essentially get blackballs from the league.
I hope so,
Yeah,
man. He going look. It's a domestic violence type situation. He never hit her or nothing like that. But still, to use your car as a weapon like that, the league is going to suspend them. I don't know if it'll be indefinitely. You definitely going to get fined. It's just a matter of how many games he going to get suspended and what the Falcons going to
And
do. Because
also
you
the
know a
jail
team
time.
don't
Hey,
waste no
hopefully there's
time
no
letting
jail time
letting
behind it.
players go over bull crap like that.
Oof.
Right. Right.
yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know, man. That's those are problems that I wouldn't know nothing about. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let
man. You got to. Yeah. You got to have actual players that have those.
it. All right. Real quick, in the AFC North, um, two staples of that division for the last 20 years, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. Now, John Harbaugh has taken another job. He's now with the Giants, new Giants head coach. And Mike Tomlin decided to step away on his own will and said, I'm gonna take the year off or whatever. Now, it's been reported that if he does come back, he wants to coach somewhere warm, and which I don't blame him. So that would pretty much put the Jets out of contention because if he wants to go somewhere warm, probably he's going to go somewhere south or somewhere where they have mostly domes in their division. Your thoughts on both of those coaches no longer with their respective organizations?
Power.
I just want to know what Harbaugh saw with the Giants that pulled him that way.
Yeah, yeah,
I
That
mean,
too is not
you could be right. I just don't.
it's
Within
not
that
a sold
division that I'm
division.
looking at, the Eagles and
The division is not sold. It's
Commanders,
you can consider it's almost wide open, right? When Jaden Daniel comes back, we know the Cowboys with their, peaks and
yeah, but
valleys. The Philly, we don't really know what's going on with the dysfunctional offense that they have over there. So it's essentially
and
wide open.
Eagles.
You give him a little bit of power, a young quarterback. Hopefully Malik Neighbors come back, and what's their running back? Scatterboo. Hopefully he comes back healthy, and you have a decent front four with Brian Burns and those guys, and Abdul Carter. You can make some shake happen. Plus, when you're that old, you don't want to go to a rebuilding process. You just want to, a couple of pieces
Well
here, and
put,
then
my
they
boy.
give you all the power in the front office. You can hire your own GM, hire your own concession stand guy, all of that stuff. So you're comfortable. Yeah, but he has the power.
Well, they retained the GM though.
Yeah.
They
So
retained the GM.
Yeah, they took away his
He got
power. They took away his power. So essentially, John Harbaugh
Yeah.
doesn't
So
doesn't
that's that. I think that
go through
was
the
the
GM. He
deciding
goes
factor for
strictly
him
to the owners
because
now.
he's not going somewhere where. How old is he? Like 60? What? 60 something? 66 maybe? 65? Yeah. So at that age, you're not taking no shit from nobody. Excuse my French, but that's just what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
You want to get right to the point. So I think I think that's what it was for him.
right.
10 years? Woo.
And then he signed a 5-year deal. So
So he's
no,
he's
I
the
think he signed
new
a 10-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
what's the
I,
the head
I
coach that
think
they had that won a Super Bowl with? Coughlin? Yeah, he's basically the new Tom Coughlin for them. He's gonna stay over there till he's about
Coughlin. No,
77.
yeah, Tom Coughlin.
Plus,
Yeah.
it's a young locker room, so it allows him to be that wise voice in there to kind of guide them and help their their budding careers, if you will. I think it'll work, and I seen
Good
that
point.
coming for years.
What about what about Tomlin?
I think he just wanted, this dude, he really about family though. You know what I'm saying? He missed a lot of stuff
Two
with his
things.
daughter, and stuff like that. And I think he just really wants some time off, man.
Yeah.
Two things I want to ask to
The
both of y'all. I kind of
downfall,
want y'all perspective on. The first
been
one
coaching for so
is
long.
uh, Tomlin, 20 years, no losing seasons, uh, two Super Bowl, well, two Super Bowl appearances, one win. Yeah, two appearances, one win, one loss. A whole lot of wins.
No, no.
All of that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
How much pressure is it for the next head coach to
Mm-hmm.
walk in that door? Because they're not accepting anything under 500 under no circumstances.
Well, that's only because the culture that was created by Tomlin. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way in hell you can expect somebody else to come in and give you 18 more winning
Are
seasons.
you
It ain't
sure? You
not
sure
in
So
this.
about that?
to 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 answer it, to
Yeah.
listen, to answer it from an outside perspective, Tomlin, in my personal opinion, I think is different because Tomlin didn't get fired. He walked away. But to the new head coach, in which if you really look at the
Yeah, he's
numbers,
Mike
Mike
Tomlin in a Versace
McCarthy,
shirt.
right?
Same thing.
His numbers are similar to Tomlin and
Same
Harbaugh.
thing.
so so now as far as instant success, that falls on the GM because you're coming into a situation where you got a lot of Mike Tomlin's players. So you gotta kind of reconfigure the team on how you want to play. So I would give it at least two or three drafts to see what Mike McCarthy. Because if you think about it, when Mike
Oh,
McCarthy went to Dallas,
no, they
I
did.
don't think they started this
I think
first
I
year. It
think they
wasn't it
finished.
wasn't great,
I think
but
they went 11
after
and
the first year,
11 and 6, 11 and
it got better and
6
better.
first year.
You can't compare Dallas.
Yeah,
His his first year, I know
and
the
they went
second,
12
because
and
it was one of
whatever.
them years that he dislocated his ankle. He was out. He, yeah, after that they went 12-4, 12-4, and I think the last
Yeah,
year that he
they
was
they
there,
they, they
Dak
went
got
11
hurt or
and 6
whatever.
that year.
But it was one of those years that Cooper Rush stepped in for Dak, and Cooper Rush was, yeah. Um, but I think you got to give it some time because Mike McCarthy, I think he's a solid coach.
The reason why I say that, and I'm gonna chime in on that right there. The reason why I say it is too because they're in a perfect position right now. There won't be much pressure on on the coach, mainly because now you're looking for a successor being. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to bring in a new quarterback that's got to be trained. So obviously, it's going to be something from the draft, regardless of how long Aaron Rodgers be there or not. You know what I'm saying? So now that coach gets to bring in that quarterback and they have to develop him. And versus when Mike was there, it was always Ben and then the others. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's going to be any pressure there because now it's a total rebuild per se. The coach gone from 18 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
all
it's
I'm
got to be a
saying
rebuild.
is for 20
With no coach, no
years, the
quarterback. Come
Pittsburgh
on,
fan base
come on, bro.
hasn't seen nothing but either a winning season. That's it. So the person coming into that job, if you don't deliver, despite whatever ingredients you have in the kitchen, if you don't put chicken salad on that table, they're not gonna be happy because they don't know what lose. For 10 years, I've watched the Carolina Panthers lose since 2015. So winning is not like part of the culture. It's not like a ready-made thing that's expected every year. In Pittsburgh, you can go back to Bill Cowher. There's a culture of wins. You can even go back to the coach before that was at Chuck Knowles or whoever. There's always been winning in Pittsburgh. So that there's the pressure is I think it's through the roof, bro. I wouldn't want that job for nothing. My Mike
See, the thing
Tomlin
of
made
it
it
is, man,
happen
the league is
regardless of
different
whatever
now. The league is
quarterback
not
he
the
had
same.
back there.
Coaches are barely lasting
Yeah,
2 years.
You know what I'm saying?
so let me ask you let me ask you this now. Who do you think had more pressure
Media
to
makes
win?
Dallas the media makes
Mike
Dallas have
McCarthy
pressure,
in
but
Pittsburgh or Mike
you're going
McCarthy in
in
Dallas?
20 years. These people have never
Dallas.
seen anything below.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go.
even the app knew that.
Yeah, he knew there was some bull crap there, man.
Yeah,
He cut him off.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he knew he was talking
Because I'm
crazy.
like, yo, Mike McCarthy had more pressure on him in Dallas than
Yeah,
anything.
any coach going to Dallas is gonna have pressure. But think about this for a second, though, dog. Think about this for a second. You think Mike
Huh?
McCarthy gonna be there for 18 years? No.
Hell no.
No,
Hell no.
those days are done.
Nah.
Those days are done.
And then if you do happen to get a coach that's going to be there long term, you have to get him at 30 something, 30 something, 40 something. You can't get no coach
Man,
that's already 50, 60 years old and think he's going to coach till he's 80. That's not, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Same thing with John Harbaugh. When he came in, he was a young head coach when he came in. So
Sean
if
McVay. Yep.
if you look at right now with Seattle, Seattle just won with a coach that's 38. That's a year older than me.
He's the youngest one in the NFL now.
Right now. Sean McVay, when he won, he was one of the youngest coaches or the youngest coach at the time. So to get to that 18-year mark, you have to get a young head coach.
Like I said, man, these contracts are not lasting. They're not even.
No,
Coaches not even making it 4 years, let alone three. They getting let go the next year.
to next year.
So my
You
thing
you
is,
look
they're going to look. It's time for Pittsburgh to join into the spoils and recognize these losses because they're getting ready to come.
to even and when Nam gets back, I'm gonna mention this. You look at a Hall of Fame head coach in Pete Carroll. He didn't even last a year after And granted, the Raiders weren't a great team when he took over. Hopefully they'll eventually get it together, but sometimes it takes a year or two just to get the team right.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I say stop rushing these. Stop rushing these quarterbacks to come over and take over the team when they need to develop.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why a lot of them don't last.
yeah, yeah. I'm. The thing is, man, we no longer give anything time to really brew. We just once it has to be instant. And if it's not
Okay,
instant, then it's like, oh, we ready to throw it away. Our attention span is it's like to the point of being a copycat. It's like, okay, we see him having success early. Why can't my quarterback develop? And to your point, it's like, okay, your quarterback can't develop because you don't have nothing around him to develop. And Nam, the app knew you was on that bull jive, as Shannon Sharp would say. That's why it because the thing is,
there's
there's way more pressure in Dallas than there is in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a small group of fans, but Dallas is a nationwide punchline.
How many Super Bowls does Pittsburgh have?
I think 7. They have at least one more than Dallas.
yeah,
So
that's
how
five.
how so how is the six? It's 6-5. So how is it not equal? If one side experienced
Media
winning,
coverage is not the same with Pittsburgh as it is with Dallas, man. It's not the
if
same.
one side is experiencing wins and the other side is experiencing wins, the media is just highlighting this because the marketing dollars behind that is more than this, right? That's the only difference. It's the market. Pittsburgh is a small market. Dallas is a big market that gets media credit and attention. But the wins are the same. The culture is the same. You have just as much Pittsburgh fans around the country as you do Dallas
So
fans.
Pittsburgh has 6, Dallas has 5. So it's,
That's what I
it's
said.
one less.
That's what I said. 5-6. So the winning culture is essentially the same. One is highlighted more in the media than the other. That's all it is.
Times have changed, my boy. And Pittsburgh
Yeah.
is about to feel the sorrows of losses like most other teams.
And that is my point. My point is this: is you don't think that's a lot of pressure when the bar is set at 500. For us, the bar is whatever we can get. And hopefully we make it far, right? Respectfully. But Pittsburgh, the bar is 500. Anything below 500, he got to go. Because the guy before us had shit all the time. Ever since Big Ben has, retired, he's had shit. He hasn't had a good quarterback. He hasn't had nothing really back there. Old Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, Wilson, Hills, and whoever else you want to throw back there in the backfield.
I
But
can get
time and time again, he finds his way into 500, first round exit, whatever it is, but he makes it happen. McCarthy, you have no excuse. Zero.
So
18
so
years, they haven't seen no losses.
that's all on Pittsburgh though, right? That's all on Pittsburgh fans because they wasn't even happy with the coach that did get them to that standard.
My point. Now they're going to, like he said, they're going to see what losing looks like.
I'll give you this then. I'll give you this. Right? Boy, guess what? Yeah, the Chicago Bulls for a long time knew nothing but winning, knew nothing but championships. That's all they knew. And then as soon as that got dismantled with the coach and the players, it went downhill. Yeah, all they knew was winning too. It's the same scenario. Chicago was a big market. Why? Because who did they have?
Yeah,
His
I
edge.
had Jeffrey.
All I'm saying is it's the same thing. You're gonna feel those losses regardless of what you've been used to. You know it's time. That time is gone. Mike Tomlin is gone. Just like
And to
Baltimore.
to to your point, real quick, sort of like dating. Don't compare me to the last guy because the first thing I'm gonna say was, "Won't you go back to the last guy?"
You go back to him. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm asking is how much pressure is on McCarthy in this tenure that he has?
I don't think it's the pressure we're putting out there though. I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
'cause we know that
I
everything
don't.
is new.
I, yeah, and he might have success early on. He might not. I just personally, I think it's unfair to critique him off of 1 year. Now, if the second year if the first year doesn't go well, but the second year goes better, the third year, and it progresses, yeah. But if it doesn't look good in the first 2 years, and yeah, then I'm with you now. There's pressure because it's like, all right, Mike.
I'll I'll say this and I'll be done with it. Listen, no, to your point and to our point, right? I think the pressure was going to come from the fans, but not from the owners. I
From the
think the
Yeah,
owner,
pressure
yeah.
was from them.
that's what I'm asking. I'm asking as the fan base, not the owners. The GMs, they're sold on him. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
fan base. At
the
what point are
fans,
they going to start screaming, "Get rid of this guy"? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It might listen. It
they'll
might be
probably do that.
if they lose the first game, the fans are going to be like, "Yo, they can lose the first game, and fans will probably go crazy." That's why that fans are irrational.
It
Fans are
ain't like
irrational.
Pittsburgh. It ain't like Pittsburgh don't know the ups and downs of the whole season. It's not like they were just dogging people out the whole season. They go and win the first three games, lose the next five, and then win the rest to get into the playoffs. So it ain't like they were just dominating the whole season. They struggled every year to get to 500.
They made it though.
I
Yeah, they
listen.
made it. Look,
I'll say
it
They
this.
always
made
came
it.
down. It always came down to that last game to get in, just like they do in the NFC South. They got to play Baltimore to get in, or Cincinnati. You know,
My 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 advice for all you Pittsburgh Steelers fans: welcome to to what we all everybody else been having to deal with for mainly their whole sports fandom. Welcome to being a regular franchise now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Welcome to what everybody else had to experience. Too bad you had a coach that gave you hope every single season.
yeah, man, spoiled.
Spoiled. That's all it is. So what? You had a coach that literally was was the definition of uh uh above average or whatever you want to call it that set a standard. But now you get to become a regular fan. You know what I'm saying? Congrats. I
They
don't
gonna
even know
feel
what
it.
they complaining about.
They gonna feel it, man. It's just, hey, look,
Haven't won a Super Bowl since when? When the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Big Ben
What that was
when they
like
beat
what 07 or something
when
like
they beat the
that?
Cardinals.
Yeah. So I'm like,
When they
it's
beat the,
not like you guys have, been mounting up Super Bowl appearances. You haven't been in the Super Bowl since 2011.
hey, look, and I'll put this same scenario, and I use this. And I say, guess what? The Patriots have won for 2 decades. As soon as Tom Brady left, they felt the sorrows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's the same thing. You gonna feel it. You gonna feel it until you get another quarterback. They had to get a quarterback and a coach.
Just to get back to that which is crazy.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh gonna be in the same boat because right
Yeah.
now, if it's me and I'm Cincinnati, I'm like, hey, look, let's do
Take advantage.
let's do some things.
Even Cleveland. Cleveland got a shot now.
Eh,
All right.
Miles Garrett got a shot, not Cleveland.
yeah.
Switching gears to basketball. Now, there's something that's been making headlines. It died down now, but are you guys interested in NASCAR?
Yeah, I watch it.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
Yeah, you better take it
now
further, huh?
I, I'm just curious to know,
You better take it further.
how I never watched a NASCAR event, and I never even won a NASCAR event, but I'm just wondering,
Never been to one.
huh? No, I never been to one, but
Been
just
to
based on what I see, I don't think I want to go to one. But
the different experience when you go live.
you know what I'm saying? When you win a NASCAR event, I just want to know what's the thought process of, you know, um, I'm trying to tread lightly because, um, you know, we just gonna talk about what's up with your boy Jeffrey Jordan, man. What's he doing, man?
With
Because we
what?
didn't get a chance to talk about that.
With what?
The video of him quote unquote getting the ice out the young man's shorts, man. What was that about?
So look, even the daddy spoke on it, the family spoke on it. Y'all need to stop looking at these videos on Facebook and all this other crap, man, and get the actual details because you'll just run
Okay.
with anything like wool. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? The only ones that matter are the parents and the people around them, and
Well,
they didn't view it like that. It's these doggone social media scumbags that's out here always trying to get people in trouble and always trying to make something look different than what it
Social
is.
media.
You know what I'm saying? So
so
I'm just saying, huh? Go
please
ahead.
explain. Please explain because the video does look a little suspect though. Because I
But
didn't see
look,
no ice. It was 97 degrees. I didn't see no ice.
look, come on. Let's just let. I mean, ain't enough for me to say. Look, the boys' daddy spoke on it, the family spoke on it, and they said they didn't nowhere near view that the way that everybody is making it. So it's like, and it ain't just because it's Michael Jordan, it's just because it's
I
anybody.
think it's because it's Michael Jordan. Because yo, and I hate to bring this comparison up. Had that been Braun, that would have been a whole different type of
No, it's
social
not
media
because
outrage.
if you have the actual people that's right there that's standing by it and telling you it's not what you think it is, then that's good enough for me. I don't care who it is.
I'm saying though, but you know what I'm saying? No freaky Jordan was, that just it was a bad look.
Yeah, I just
It was a bad
taken
look.
the wrong way.
Optically, it was a bad look. I'm trying to think, just like it was a bad look when Josh Hart was sticking his thumb where it didn't belong with Jalen Brunson. That was a bad look.
Hey, but cameras just be catching stuff at the wrong time and make it look like what it is. How many times we done seen referees grabbing players in the balls and it's like, oh, we thought you thought it was supposed to happen like that. It happened to be a female
I
ref
ain't
grabbing
never
a dude's
seen that.
balls. Oh, you
I
ain't
don't know
seen
what
that?
what leagues you
Y'all be
watching, but
lying.
Never seen that. You watching wrestling or something? WWE?
Huh?
Other face
Oh,
referees do that?
NBA games, man. NBA games, dudes don't got hitting the balls, grabbing the balls.
Ain't
It
no other
looks
sport they
crazy.
doing that besides
about to say,
WWE, bro.
yeah, oh, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Was
But
I thought you was gonna actually talk about the actual win.
no, I listen. The win was
he got
great.
back to back wins, right? He
They
got
got
back to
back
back
to back
wins
wins.
now.
It's
Hey,
just
look,
the
that's all that.
celebration.
Hey, look, that's all that dude
The
knows.
celebration.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
ultra
saying? The
competitive.
celebration
Yeah, he is. He is.
and it's just the optics. Like I said, now the father came out and said something, but sometimes you know, I don't want to say a 30 for 30 or surviving. Jeffrey Jordan is gonna come out later, but that
That's
was crazy.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
This dude said surviving Jeffrey
Surviving
Jordan.
every that was
This is
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
He was out
That's
there
crazy.
grabbing
Surviving
chunks
Jeffrey
of cheeks
Jordan.
like that. That was crazy. He's grabbing
That
chunks of
is
cheeks. It's like,
crazy.
yo, that's wild. But I just wanted to hear, y'all take. But all
I
right, so
want to
moving
hear
on,
that.
moving on to actual basketball. Not the league that TJ was talking about, but the regular NBA. But so we're in the final stretch of the NBA season. We had the NBA All Star about a week or two ago. Some people are saying the All Star weekend is dead. I think it's like that in every league. Baseball All Star game is not really hitting like it used to. Same thing with football. Football, they don't even have a Pro Bowl no more. It's just a glorified flag football, and then the NBA, they got the new thing now where it's like stripes and stars and Euro. I didn't even partake in it this year. Um, Before we get into the NBA, what are your thoughts on All Star Weekend in all sports? Should we just get rid of it?
I mean, nobody's being competitive. Nobody's really playing. Look, if I'm going to watch a Pro Bowl. I
Mm-hmm.
want I want somebody getting their face knocked off like Sean Taylor did. I want somebody, and that's what I want. You do it all season, And then you come you got the greatest of the greatest in the game, and you can't even see real competition. Same thing with the doggone All Star game with the NBA. I mean, it's a money thing. All the money is going up, so now all the players just say, "I don't want to do this." To where it used to be, where the money won't up there, and now we're gonna play for these checks.
Play for you know what's so funny? I think that's something that nobody never brings up, right? When you're paying a guy $60 million a year, 250 to $300 million, what is the incentive to play in the exhibition? Where's the hunger? You're paying a guy $60 million, and you think he's gonna be motivated compared to a guy that's getting paid at the time what $3 million?
Yeah,
In a
You know what I
span of
mean?
5 years.
In the span of 5 years, you're paying him $60 million a year for 4 or 5 years compared to somebody who's making a total of $5 million in the span of 5 years. Yeah, them guys were more hungry because the money is nothing like what it was now. Now, I will say this: I will give Michael Jordan this. He just was just an ultra competitor, and we seen this off the court. We seen Jordan compete in flipping coins or whatever. So a guy like Jordan, he's going to compete no matter what. But you and Kobe, Kobe was an ultra competitor, but most guys now are looking at it like, yo, why are we gonna, because you, the media, judge me off of championships. I can no longer be considered a great player if I don't have a championship, which that never was the case prior. Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, Stockton, Charles Barkley, those guys, they made to the finals, but they never won a championship. They were always considered great players, but now the media has put so much emphasis on championships that if I don't win a championship, I'm no longer a great player. Allen Iverson, one of the greatest players ever. But because he doesn't have a championship, he has everything else, MVPs, finals, and all that. But because he doesn't have a championship, he's not considered a great player.
I don't know. I don't know who said that. They'd be wrong. It's more than not that don't have a ring. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's like what 5,000, maybe 5,000 players in the league. You know what I'm saying?
In the league?
In the NBA,
No,
there are 5,000
yeah,
players in the league.
ever, yeah,
Yeah.
to ever play.
to ever
So I'm
play.
saying,
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm saying like there's more than not that don't have a ring and
yeah,
they
yeah,
still Hall of Famers. So you can't say they're not great
Right.
players.
yeah. No, that's a fact.
But I'll
That's a
say
fact.
this:
I
you
agree.
were talking about you were talking about the All Star game, and I know Adam Silver is trying to do his best to trying to hype this thing up every year. I'm like, look, the dunk contest, man, just go ahead and get some street ballers, man. Get these
Yeah.
guys out here in the street, put some money up. I guarantee you'll have a better performance than the crap that you keep putting out.
See the crazy thing, right? I thought about this to your point a couple of years ago. Get guys that literally all they do is specialize in dunks.
That's it. We'll see some
You
shit
getting
that we've never seen before.
That's
because
it.
you're getting NBA guys that never work on dunks to try to get them to be creative. That's like, okay, the thing with LeBron, right? And I didn't see this until later on as I've gotten older. LeBron doesn't work on those dunks. He just does things that comes to his head. Like when Michael Jordan did the free throw line dunk, I'm pretty sure he might have practiced that or whatever. But that's not a at the time that it happened, it was like, wow, we haven't seen this since Dr. J. Now guys are doing that shit. High school kids are dunking from the free throw line now. So how creative can you really be if someone did something and it's like, okay, over and over, like Vince. When Vince did the 360 windmill,
We
I don't
hadn't
think
seen that.
we haven't seen that before.
Yeah. And if
And
you
he said
did,
that was the first time he's even tried that.
if you
My
seen it,
thing
it
is
was at
with Vince,
somebody in your local YMCA.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? right. The
Now
thing
you
with
got regular Joe Schmoes doing 360 windmills. It's like,
but it make it look good too when you got power. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just like my
yeah,
man Richardson from Golden State. You hadn't seen nobody like Dominique until you seen him again.
so yeah,
Yeah.
Something like
yes.
that. So
So that the thing is, and to your point, man, just get some dunkers that get the best four dunkers in the world, have them compete, and put up a grand prize of like $1 million or something like that. You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
that's what I'm
Put up
saying.
a grand prize. Look, we want the best four dunkers, and you're gonna come out the All Star weekend. You're gonna have all the NBA guys, kind of cheering you on and stuff like that, and just go from there.
I tell you this
Yeah,
too.
and if NBA
Go ahead.
players want to jump in, then let them enter their name into the hat too. Otherwise, like you said, bro, give it to people that actually just do dunks, like the Flight
Mm-hmm.
Brothers or whatever their names are. You know,
Yeah,
like those people who just wake up every day and think of how to just creatively dunk the ball. That's it.
yeah.
That's all they do. That's all they do.
Yeah, I
Serial
tell
and
you this too,
dunks.
man. I tell you this too. The All Star game is different from the Pro Bowl in a standpoint where the Pro Bowl is at the end of the season versus the All Star game is in the middle of the season. And those guys ain't trying to go out there and get hurt, then come back and
Yeah,
try to go in the second half of the season. So they really ain't gonna put the effort in. That's a
facts,
break. That's a day. That's a week
facts.
off for them, really.
And think about it. If you don't go to the All Star weekend, you're literally in a warm country somewhere on the beach. Most guys
Yeah.
that don't go to All Star weekend or they're not asked to come, they're somewhere, sitting with
Cabo,
their feet up in the
Cancun.
sun. Yeah, something like, well, I don't know about Cancun now. Cancun,
Don't go to Cabo because
man,
we
Mexico's a little tricky these days. You know what I'm
I
saying?
go
mean,
to Cabo.
as of now, but February, yeah, you was good.
Yeah,
Today,
before,
no. Nah,
but
that and the fact that one more. If you're a player and you put your name in there, right, and you
mhm,
go and perform and it's underwhelming, let's say like Jalen Brown a few years ago, he he's a superstar in the league. Tried to do the dunk contest, and everybody was like, "This is very underwhelming." So players don't want to go through that too.
yeah.
You jumping over Kevin Hart in a chair is very underwhelming to a lot of people. So they're like, okay, I don't want to be the talk of ESPN for the next week or 2 weeks or hell forever in time with that nonsense. So I'm just not
The
going to do
media
it.
has bullied players into not
With all this, with all this
participating in
talent,
certain things.
with all this talent and athletic skill that is developed over the decades. I mean, for the quote unquote 80s and 90s not to have much talent. I mean, but those guys they went at it with the game and and the dunk contest. So I got guys that's jumping higher, running faster, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. I want to see some of that talent. I want to see some of that. If you're gonna risk it all doing a regular season game to go dunk on three guys, why can't you do it for the weekend? Why can't you
Yeah,
do it
but
to show that talent for that game?
but dunking on three guys
In the
as
game,
opposed to doing like through the
Maybe
legs
the
windmill or something like that. That's different. Those are two different type of dunks, different type of skill sets, and then the mechanics of that. You're not working on that
But
all
I ain't
night
talking about.
or all year.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the dunk contest. I'm talking about the actual All Star game. Why don't you come put that same effort in if
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna try to
yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
dunk on
Now
somebody?
the
oh
All
yeah,
Star
yeah,
game,
yeah, yeah.
there's no excuse for that. There's absolutely no excuse for that. That's just effort. There's no effort
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Zero effort because they put more effort in pickup during the summertime than they do in All Star.
That was
When you see those clips in the summer when they're in the Drew League or they're in New York City playing, they're playing hard nosed basketball compared to what
Yeah.
they do in All Star Weekend when they're it's an achievement, right? It's an achievement award.
I use that terminology
Can't tell me not you don't want to get hurt there.
I use that terminology like T uses all the time. He said, hey, it's like a girlfriend. I put in the work in the beginning to get her, and then once I got it, I'm not gonna put much more effort into it after that.
I had never said that.
You know, you use that terminology with using girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. they put all the effort in the summertime to get you. Then
Never
once
said.
they get the
Don't put that. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I ain't never say that. I ain't never said
oh
that.
man.
Man, he lied on me, man. He lied on me. I ain't never said
Man,
that.
Now I know it. Now I know it too. You know you see it all the time.
hey. I understand what you're saying. He ain't never said that, but it's something. It's in the ballpark.
All right, enough about me.
Oh,
We got the last about 20 something games of the season. Who do you see making a strong push going into the playoffs?
I see the Spurs.
Okay, we got the Spurs.
I
What
see the
about you
Spurs
now?
winning.
I got the Spurs. I'll say two teams from each conference. I got the Spurs, of course, OKC, and then the East. I will say Detroit and the Knicks.
I agree with that. I'll put the Knicks slash Cavs. The Knicks
I,
more than
that that was my depending on the injury to James Harden. I'm gonna surprise y'all. I'm gonna say the Cavs and Boston. Boston right now is playing with house money. Boston has no expectations. No Tatum. People thought that without Tatum they were going to be a play-in slash lottery team, and now they're the second team in the East.
well, I mean,
So
yeah,
I got it. There's a
MVP.
real consideration for Jalen Brown to be an MVP. The Knicks, as much as I love the Knicks, I don't like the mentality of the team. I think and I said this before, we got too many light skinned dudes. We got too many nice guys. We don't have the dog mentality. And yes, Brunson is a great player, but at times he becomes real ball dominant in one on one, and it's not gonna win in the playoffs. But I see Boston and I mean Detroit is, you know, number one. So Detroit is gonna be Detroit. But Boston and Cleveland, depending on James Harden injury. And in the West, I'm gonna go with Minnesota as one of my teams that I think is gonna finish strong. And we already know what the Thunder is. The Spurs surprised me. I knew the Spurs were making their way, but I didn't think they were gonna be this good this early. But I got Minnesota, the Spurs. I got Cleveland, and Boston.
Spurs. I mean, hell, you know, they kryptonite to the Thunder. Thunder can't seem to beat those guys. So you talking about defending champions, and if they can't beat the Spurs, it's like every time you play them, it's like it's kind of like the obvious look at. But as far as Minnesota goes, the only reason I would include them somewhat below those two teams will be because they've been to the Western Finals two times back to back, and it's probably their time. You know,
Yeah,
time, but I don't. They got to be consistent as well. They're not as consistent as the Thunder and the Spurs are. And then you
yeah,
can't you
you're
can't
right.
you can't forget you can't forget Houston. So I mean, Houston is there too, but they're like
Houston,
they're like
Nah.
like Denver.
but you got to look at Houston is who's their leader, Kevin Durant. As much as I love Kevin Durant, he's never been able. He's not shown great leadership as far as getting his team to finals.
I don't have them at the top. I have them like down there with Denver. Like
As far as okay,
down the list.
yeah,
What
I
about them
mean,
Lakers?
No.
I mean,
The
yeah,
Lakers
I
are.
don't Lakers. Nah, I don't see it with a 40-year-old Braun. If you would have gave me 28-year-old Braun, yeah, but with a 40-year-old Braun and Luca being Luca, I don't see it.
Hey, to you
Yeah.
guys real quick. Yo, go ahead,
Huh?
Norm. I'll wait till you get there. I'll wait till you
No,
get
go
there.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to say something. I want to say something to you two guys to see what your opinion is because I mentioned this before, right? I mentioned this before. I said when LeBron was out, the Lakers looked really good playing amongst each other. You understand what I'm saying? Without
Mm-hmm.
LeBron. And then y'all came with the question and said, well, then What do you think the Lakers gonna look like when LeBron come back? Now we go back to the video where we said all that. I said a mess. They're gonna look like a mess because they none of those guys look like when they on the court, like when LeBron, Reeves, and Luca on the court, they terrible. They terrible, man.
Reeves was hurt though. He
What I'm
missed a
what I'm
big
saying,
chunk of the season.
I'm saying
And
it's like,
not to mention, Reeves thrived playing under LeBron before Luca got there. That's the only reason why Reeves was even Laker fans even want Reeves.
but now you got Luca in the fold, and that's what I'm telling you. You gotta what I say.
But
They
that
say
is that more on LeBron or is that more on
what,
Luca though?
what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is you gotta move LeBron, man. You gotta move.
Yeah, this is probably his last year with the Lakers. This is
But I
probably
mean,
his last year with the Lakers.
it's probably 2 years coming. He should have been gone already.
We'll
Nothing
see.
against nothing against him. I'm just saying as far as that the recipe they have in LA.
They're not winning nothing. They're probably not winning nothing with LeBron, but then damn sure ain't winning nothing without LeBron.
I know they were 15-4 when he was out.
Okay, and the year that LeBron first got there, they were third in the West,
I'm
and
just
then he
only
got hurt.
speaking of I'm only speaking of now. I ain't speaking of in 2000, whenever you want to call it. I'm speaking now. It's like when he was out, they were 15-4. That's
Yeah,
all
they
I'm saying.
started off hot. They started off hot, but I mean, it's 82 games. There was a team that this year start the Bulls. The Bulls started off hot this year. Now they out of the play-in.
There's a
Hell,
lot
look
of
at the
players
look
gone.
look at
A lot of
look at the
players gone from
Hornets.
them teams.
The Hornets started off horrible. Now they're what? They're one game below 500. So how you start is how you start. It's a long season.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm just saying.
I can't allow the LeBron hate today. Not today.
It's not. See, it's not LeBron. It's not LeBron slander, hate, whatever word you want to use. It's not that.
Huh?
I'm saying the recipe for the team is what
Huh?
I'm saying. I'm not. We're not talking about no legacy or none of this other crap that you love to bring up about LeBron. We're not talking about that. I'm
And
saying,
they was getting at you too. They was getting at
oh,
you when you said that. That comment that you said on YouTube about LeBron being a great player. They was getting at you. So
no,
I'm
first of
trying to
all,
save you. I'm trying to
first of
save you.
all, I never said LeBron wasn't a great player. I never said that. He's a legendary player. First ballot Hall of Famer. Don't let him get in on first ballot. It's gonna be a ruckus out here. So I'm just
It
saying,
is. There's gonna be riots. It's gonna be riots.
only LeBron right. Not no one else is gonna really care. But I was saying that I knew they were going at me. I read it. I read all the comments, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Huh?
Don't be mad at me. But LeBron is one of the greatest players ever, man. That's not a secret.
No, it's
It's
not.
just when people
But
try to come
but
in.
the fans just wanted to hear you say that. That's it.
But I've said it countless times. I ain't never not said that.
2, 3 times. Not enough.
No, it's just when y'all try to compare something. When y'all try to put something out there. That's the only reason when I say something. Other than that, leave that situation alone. I give LeBron all the credit in the world.
Okay. All right. So we pretty much gonna wrap this up. Any final thoughts, Nine? What you thinking?
Quick question. Ever since they implemented that minimum games you got to play rule for MVP and stuff like that, we could potentially
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a season where no knock to Cade Cunningham, but where Cade Cunningham is the MVP, which would look kind of crazy with Wimby and Luca and Shea and this and all these people who we consider are more talented than him. Like that is that rule gonna backfire?
No. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because I've been watching Detroit. Detroit has the best record in the league right now, and they have a 6'6", 6'7" point guard that is literally, I would say, a upgraded version of like Cade. Even though he's a point guard, he reminds me a little bit of Grant Hill, where he could do a lot that he doesn't get credit for. Um, Cade is legit. His MVP, if he does win, is legit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a damn award. I think it's an
Yeah,
accolade.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
think so
no.
neither.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a here damn award. I'm saying let's just say like there's a year where let's say Wimby misses the eligible mark numbers, but he's putting up, joker numbers, triple doubles, all types of, and they're number one in the West or whatever, but he's not eligible because he missed X amount of games.
I mean, if
Like
he missed the
that,
mark, he just missed.
He missed the mark. Yeah.
y'all don't think that
They put that
that's
rule
gonna
in there for a reason,
backfire?
so you don't be sitting around being low.
Well, I'm gonna say this to your to for that the year that the Toronto Raptors won the championship, Kawhi missed 20 something games. The Raptors was 20 something in like 8 or something like that. So
Right.
is Kawhi really the MVP if your team still does good? Like if Wemby misses all those games and they have a great record outside of Wemby, is Wemby really the MVP? Or if Wemby misses those games and the team is under 500, then I'm all in.
I'm gonna
But
be
if the
real.
best player is not there and the team is still having success, you know what I'm saying? The team is good.
I'll be real with you. The Spurs are not there without Wemby. That dude just makes the biggest difference ever. So compared to
Yeah.
Kawhi,
Just
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. As far as you miss all those games, but your team is still 500.
yeah,
I only brought up Kawhi because Kawhi he missed all those games, and the team was they won 20 something games. The games that he did miss. You know what I'm saying?
how,
The
how,
record with Kawhi not there was still a good record. So compared to Wemby, yes, without Wemby on that team, that's a lottery. That's a lottery team.
how many games can you miss? Isn't it like was it 20
You got
something
to
of
play
them?
60. You got to play over 65 games.
Over
what
65
So
baby?
games.
over 65 games. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure the All NBA first and second team is gonna look real crazy this year. First, second, and third team.
Well, they had
Because
to put an incentive because guys was missing games
once you miss
for load management.
65. So if it's 65, we're not gonna get LeBron on first, second, or third team. You're not gonna get
No,
Luca.
he
You're not
missed
gonna
it.
get
He
yeah.
missed the mark. He missed the mark.
I think Luca can only miss three more. Wemby can only miss five. SGA can miss five. All these
I
guys
think
will be in.
Joker got one more game to miss because
Got
remember he
one.
missed a
Nah, Joker's he's done.
He's
He's done.
he's
he
out.
missed it.
Yeah.
So again, none of these guys are going to be on first, second, or third team All NBA.
Hey,
Right? It's going to look
we just
real
gonna have
crazy, and
we gonna
down
have
the
some new
line,
blood, baby.
that
Look,
messes
these
with their
MVPs gonna look
with
a whole lot different now.
that down the
Yeah,
line. That's going to mess up with their money
we
because
we gonna get
it's
Jalen
part of
Brunson
their
MVP.
incentives. It's part of their incentives, though. Think about
I
that.
mean, anything possible.
All NBA is that's part of your incentives. That's part of your super max
Now
contracts.
your audio is cutting out, but
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
well, I mean, you gotta unless you're really hurt, you gotta play.
Look, that money, like you said, the supermax money, all that stuff. They created this.
They created that.
They created this, man. So now you got to live with it now. You know, because their whole thing was why guys ain't playing 82 games and all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Fans want to be able to see the guys in their city when they come play, and that's the tickets they play for, and all those are valid arguments. All those are valid arguments.
I'm
You're
with
getting
you a
paid
thousand
millions, you need
percent.
to be playing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
with you.
the ligaments and tendons are a little bit fragile now as compared to then. I think they need
And
to take
you
it
know
easy too.
what? We're gonna talk about that on the next episode. But until then, thank you for tuning in to this episode. We're glad to be back. I know it's been a while. Any final thoughts as Nam join us back for the final thought segment? Any final
Hey man,
thoughts?
Look, man, you need to get your Tubi Wi-Fi straight, man. You know what I'm saying? That old Timu
See, he
Wi-Fi.
don't know how to act, Dom. He started using a different camera and don't know how to
Listen,
act now. That's the thing with you black people, man.
it's cool. You know, it's always been Russian roulette. So next week
Yeah,
is gonna be your turn.
Now, come on. I was with you now. I was with you now.
I ain't even heard, so
Yeah,
that's just on me.
yo, just put it in the text or something so maybe we can hear it because, you know. But this wraps up this episode. It's your boy T.
Man, TJ,
And that's Nam. He can't say it, but that's Nam.
Nostradamus.